Hello everybody, welcome back to Eureka Farms, here in Farming Simulator 19, with me, CWATTY, in what is a very different video today, video opening should I say, than we've ever done before. I don't normally include a face cam in my Farm Sim Let's Play series. I don't normally do that. I normally save the cam and the visual goodness of myself for the live streams. But again, having recently done my creator content workshop thing, it's actually sort of proven to be more beneficial for creators to include their face in their videos, because apparently it's statistically proven by YouTube, who have analysed lots of data and stuff, that if people see faces, they're more likely to engage with the videos, watch the videos, because they make a connection to the person far better if they can see them. So I'm going to do a little bit of a trial run on this particular video with the face cam to see how it goes with everybody, and see whether people like it or whether people don't, and whether people would be happier if I removed it and didn't do it again in any of the future videos. Obviously, as well, whilst we're here at the start of the video, before we get into the real meat and potatoes of everything today, please go ahead, click that like button on the video if you're watching it right now. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already do so, and make sure you ring that notification bell to make sure you get the alerts and updates whenever I post and upload new content to the channel. Because again, you've done the hardest bit, you've done the really hard work of searching a way to find this video, to find my content, to find my channel. You know, save yourself the time in future by just subscribing, notification bell, and that way then you'll never have to spend all that time searching for me in YouTube's algorithm. The content will be delivered straight to you, completely free of charge. So, the plumber has finished putting in the pipe for the chickens, so I should be able to. He says. Stevie's animal pens are a little bit different. You have to actually stand in the little box to activate the water dispenser. Normally the trigger would be directly in front of the standy thing, but again, most people with animal pen extension would place the valve somewhere separate from the actual dispenser, the tap, the pipe. Stevie builds it in like this, and then he has his little activation trigger over here. On a lot of the maps where when you load in, you have the pipe and the hose together, and you have to maneuver and place them yourself, you don't have that problem. But with all of Stevie's animal pens that I am using with his animal pen mod pack, he has the animal pen extension built into the, so I don't have to place the pipes. The pipe location and everything has already been chosen by Stevie and settled by Stevie. I just need to basically pay for the plumber to come and activate it. But what are we doing in today's video? Well, I have got the grass collected on field 7. That's all done. I've distributed the grass between the biogas facility and the hay dryer. I have cultivated field 9. That was finished. So I've got field 8 to cultivate, and then we need to start sowing or seeding. I'm streaming on the brain at the minute. So I'm going to go over to the Challenger and get him fired up and get him started on the cultivating. I'm then going to come back, grab the autonomous, hook up to the custom modding air seeder and air cart. I'm then going to go and start sowing field 9. Now, I haven't fertilised field 9, and the reason for that, like I explained in the last video, is I believe that field was over fertilised via the contract system prior to me purchasing the field. So what I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm just going to seed it, and then after I've seeded it, I'm going to check it and see whether it wants me to apply fertilizer, and if it does, we will do so. Same as this field here, I'm going to wait till I've seeded it and sowed it and got the crop in the ground, and then I'm going to go and check it and see whether we need to apply any additional fertilizer or anything to it. So I'm going to hop out, let this guy carry on. Like I say, pH value is good on this field. Nitrogen is at 40 kilos per hectare currently. Over on this field, nitrogen, the pH value is perfect because we lime spreaded this in the last video. So it is perfectly fine. There are a couple of weird little bits where I notice when I run across the thing, I don't get any value. Not sure why that is. I seem to be in a bit of a blank spot here. A black spot where we don't get any pH information. Anyway, we'll run back to the farm. Another thing I'm going to add today, before we start seeding, is the chicken pen. Not the chicken pen, the sheep pen. Because obviously we've got our grass dryer over there. We could do with having the sheep now and adding the pen for that. So let me find animal pens. Sheep pasture. I've got a couple of choices when it comes to these. We could go for Stevie's big sheep pasture, which is the Lakeland Vale sheep pasture. However, Freedom Farms 4 Lakes sheep pasture. However, as you can see, can't rotate it. It's fixed orientation, which is a little bit of a pain because I don't really want to place that like that. So I'm going to go back to the regular old sheep pen, and now I do kind of want to put it maybe in this little area here. Can't remember what should have been in this area here. But hey, we'll do some decorations. Did I change the chicken? Did I paint round the chicken pen, or did I leave it as it was? I left the chicken pen kind of as it was because it's located on this sandy soil anyway. However, this pen is not located on sandy soil. This pen is located on concrete. So as a result, I want to change it a little bit. I might end up putting grass back down. Tidy this up a bit. Might get the other concrete. I think is that one, isn't it? I'm gonna paint this area. Oh, I'm going to come all the way down with this. And I'm going to then paint the grass inside the pen completely separately. So let's go get the... Is that the grass? It's a type of grass. Now if it's the actual grass. It is the only grass texture I've got available. That is fine then. Not gonna cause me any. Gonna cause me a little bit of a problem. Paint this back in over here. This is obviously the way the map author's done it. Eureka Farms clearly doesn't like, doesn't have a lot of textures built into the map. One of the reasons why the grass area, the growing grass doesn't seem to extend all the way around the map. That'll do. Got a sheep pen. I'll call the plumber. He can come and do that in the morning. Actually, no, we haven't finished, have we? Wrong. Try and remove the concrete from inside the pen as best we can. There'll be some grass now showing in the water trough, but I'm not bothered about that. It is what it is. Right, there's the sheep pen edited. I'm not going to buy the sheep yet because I'm going to wait for the plumber to put the water in first, pipes in first, so that way then when I buy the sheep, we can get straight into their production. My little autonomous is cleaned, it's washed, so we can go grab the seeder. I'm going to be planting maize today on field 9. I've decided. We haven't done corn since probably the first video in the series, so that is what I'm going to be doing today. We're going to get some corn planted using our autonomous. So change that back to corn. Like I say, hopefully the chickens, now they have water, are going to be producing again. Yes, they're back up to full production. Cracking stuff. You kind of forget about those. We come past our little grass hay dryer. Yeah, I do believe we have got 82,500 litres of already nice hay, and we've got 282,267 litres of grass still to be dried. So field 7 yielded quite a lot of grass, bearing in mind for every trailer that I put into the hay dryer, one went to the BGA as well. So at midnight today we should get a bit of money coming in from the BGA, and then we'll be able to get a slurry spreader for the farm as well, because we'll have access to digestate then, which will save me a little bit of money from having to keep buying manure all the time for the manure spreader. So we can still do the natural fertilising of fields prior to seeding and planting. It should, however, not cost me as much money now until we have cows and pigs and are able to do our own yeah, that was a little bit weird. That was a little bit glitchy then. Trying to get that to lower. But like I say, we'll get the corn in and then we can check the field, see how it's looking for fertiliser, and then if we need to, we'll bring the sprayer over and the 4960, is it 4960, 4940? We'll bring that over and we'll do the fertilizer spraying. We'll then have a look at how we're doing financially. Bearing in mind, like I said in the last video, I haven't sold all the canola straw that we got from field 8. A lot of it is in the silo because it was just easier for me picking up the bales to deliver them there than driving to the one and only sell point on the map that accepted them. When I come to sell the canola straw, I will now be able to put it loose in a trailer and take it and sell it in bulk. And I'll have a few other choices available to me where I can sell it, because I won't be constrained by only being able to sell where there is a bale trigger, which is the one problem when you do bales. You can only sell the bales where there is a bale trigger. If the sell point doesn't have a bale trigger, you're screwed. You can't do it. You can't sell it. So yeah, let's have a quick whizzle round. A little bit of a butcher's. Shouldn't take too long to do the seeding or planting. Again, whichever term players prefer. I know there are players who get a little bit upset with content creators who don't use the right terminology. I'm not a farmer in real life, as you may have noticed and may have guessed. So generally speaking, whenever I'm putting crop into a field, I just say I'm seeding. I know people say just sowing or you're planting, but to me, I'm just putting seed in the ground, so I'm seeding. It's my one-stop cover of everything. I'm seeding. Especially as I'm using I believe this is a seeder. Technically, this equipment was bought from the seeding category of the store menu. But yes, I can understand how with certain fruits, people generally use the planter term when they're talking about those crops. It's like people very rarely seed potatoes, but they plant them. They plant potatoes, they don't seed them. But again, I will probably say I'm seeding potatoes because A, I'm using seed. That is what is in my machine. And ultimately, I'll be using a seeder when I'm putting that seed in the ground. So yes, I will be saying, when I come eventually to do my root crops on this map, I will say that I am seeding. Mr. Cultivator is doing a good job. Challenger is pretty decent at what it does. Nice bit of kit. Like I say, I haven't really bought massive amounts of machinery. I could argue and make a case for wanting another big tractor like the Challenger for doing a job like this, because I appreciate for some viewers that they see having this tractor fastened to a piece of equipment is a little bit, requires too much suspension of belief for them. They're not able to accept that an autonomous tractor would be able to pull this machinery and equipment. Again, I accept that. So we could be in the market for another large tractor at some point. Which would come in useful as well for pulling like the loading wagon and the trailers as well when we're like harvesting and stuff, because they do tend to get a bit bulky. So yeah, if we was looking at large tractors, what do we have available? Skip all the DLC stuff. We got all the Fence by Stevie. We got the AFS Connect Magnum. don't know if that's the new one or not. By Carl Farms. We've got the Case IH Autonomous. Big Buds by Stevie. We've got the one by JHGG Modding. Well, got big wide tyres, twin wheels. Yeah, that's the new Big Bud 747 with its actual new proper wheels that they fitted on the thing. Doesn't have a lot of other options available on it, unfortunately. The new Steigers. I believe these are the new Steigers. If we wanted those from Carl Farms. Got the narrow track. We've got the row track. This is the one which obviously has the different row crops. Right now, looks to me like that's just got 2D tracks. Carl Farms will be doing a PC release. I think he's on vacation at the minute. He will be releasing the PC version via his Facebook page when he comes back off holiday, which will have the correct 3D tracks for all us lovely PC players that appreciate those kind of things. You know, the PC players that, you know, like and appreciate a bit more quality in their mods. And the great thing about PC modding, you don't have to rely on the mod hub. So whilst Carl Farms has released this version on the mod hub, and it is available for PC players and console players to download via Giant's own mod hub, he will be doing a separate PC only release on his Facebook page, like I say, which has the 3D tracks in it, which again for some people is really nice. Again, don't know why Giants are so uptight about 3D tracks and why they've got this bee in their bonnet. They've made the 3D tracks. If people want to reuse their Giants assets in mods for Giants game, I don't see what the problem is. It should be allowed. Yeah, 9RX, this is the bad boy. This is the one I'm thinking of getting, because this one does indeed have 3D tracks. And it looks so much better for it. So I could see me grabbing that one as a big tractor. I would like a 9R actually. But I don't have one. I don't have a 9R. I have a mod somewhere for a 9R. I have one downloaded from way back many moons ago. I'll need to try and dig it out. See if I can find it. Don't necessarily want all my vehicles to have tracks. That's the thing. So a 9R and a 9RX, whilst being very similar tractors in terms of their performance, would look very different. Especially if, like on the 9R, I had some big, like, floater LSW tyres on it, like the Big Bud. Some real big, you know, tyres. Mr. Cultivator is almost finished over there on field 8. Very nice of him. I know I said I didn't really need to cultivate field 8 because this will direct drill. This will direct seed. But I figured he was out anyway. Why not have him running around in the background, producing a nice seed bed for me? Also changes the soil texture, soil type, puts a change of state on the field so that when we do come to do the next thing, level blank slate. So we're not taking the option to fertilise with the we're not doing fertilising with this air cart. One of the things I did notice today, I did go to the custom modding Facebook group today to have a look at the air cart, because they have released this on the mod hub, and it is obviously available for PC and console players via the mod hub. I downloaded this just before Christmas when it was PC only and only available via their Facebook page, because custom modding were one of the groups that temporarily were banned by Giants because of using 3D tracks and stuff in mods. So I downloaded this from the Facebook group before Christmas. The version on the mod hub is different. It's newer than this. It has some bug fixes and some other things added and changed to it. The reason I have not updated yet though is because it doesn't have the same tyre options and configurations, because again the one on the mod hub has restrictions on it due to brand and licensing. There's no Firestone tyres and things like that. Custom Modding have said they are going to be releasing an updated PC only version of the mod on their Facebook page soon, which is also going to have an option to have tracks. You're going to have a tracked options for the cart there. You can have some tracks on it, which again are going to be 3D tracks, going to be very nice to look at. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that to come out, and then I'll update the mod then, because it shouldn't cause me any problems. If I was to update to the mod hub version of the mod now, I would need to sell all of this seeder and the cart. I would have to sell that first, remove the current mod that I've got, and then download the mod hub one, because again the file names are actually very different, because again any mods you download on PC from Custom Modding's Facebook group that are like the PC only or the PC specific mods, they come with after the FS19 underscore, it's usually then CM for Custom Modding underscore and then the mod name. Whereas the ones on the mod hub, when they are released on the mod hub, they Giants remove that CM bit of the file name and just leave the actual mod name after the FS19 prefix. So if I actually downloaded the mod hub version and installed it now, it would appear as a completely separate mod in my game. If I went into the store, it would appear as its own separate thing. Which might not be a bad thing. I could then have a look at both versions and compare them side by side and see actually what the differences are. It means I would buy another seeder and have to buy another. I suppose if I bought another one, I could buy that one with the fertilizer function, and then I've got the best of both worlds. I can seed without fertilizer, or I can seed with. That's an option. Let me know, viewers, if you want me to do that. Post a comment down below in the chat, in the comment section, and I'll have a look. I could probably download the mod hub version of this seeder and cart, buy it, and have it in its fertilizer only capacity, and actually then see what other differences there are between that newer version and this older one. But as I say, when the PC version does get updated and uploaded by Custom Modding, I'll be downloading it and updating this one. So we're not going to have any problems there. And of course, I'm still on the lookout. I'm still on the hunt for this autonomous tractor. This autonomous tractor with the 3D tracks that it's got now, but with guidance steering support. I really do want to get guidance steering on this little toy. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. It's so frustrating me. Because like I say, I've stared at XML files for hours now, and I can't see what is noticeably missing from this vehicle that isn't included in all the other vehicles that do have the guidance steering support and functionality. So I'm guessing it's got to be something hidden somewhere else in another file, and I'm guessing it's the i3D file. But I don't want to go in and mess with that, because then I can absolutely break the mod. I could absolutely break the mod if I do that. You start adding things into the i3D and you start changing index references and index numbers, and you end up with a mod that doesn't work at all. Much like when I tried adding bail triggers to the placeable sell point mod. I ended up breaking that. So, A, the bail triggers didn't work. And I can't believe the ice cream van has just come round as well. Sorry, I'm off track a minute. I'll get back to what I was saying. The ice cream van has just come round. It's Tuesday the 16th of February. The snow has only just literally melted on the ground outside. And we've got an ice cream van in the street? Are you crazy? It is nowhere near warm enough for ice cream. Nowhere near warm enough. That's it. I don't think I've ever seen an ice cream van in February before. Also, is an ice cream van an essential service? Is it a key worker? Is it an essential worker? Should it be operating during a lockdown, COVID-19 lockdown? Maybe you have to wonder about things like that. How essential is an ice cream van to the world, interacting with people, going around, travelling all over the place, potentially spreading anything? Right, what am I going to plant on this field now then? Having just done corn on 19, we've done canola recently. Do I want to do soybeans? Do I want to do soybeans? Because the reason for that is, people say to me that there is still a bug in precision farming with soybeans, whereby you don't actually get the correct yield. Your yield is permanently fixed, seems to be permanently fixed at 65%. I don't know how true that is. What is this guy doing? Out of curiosity, you seem to have cultivated this field, dude. Was you cultivating it twice? I'm going to do the edge again because I don't know if the edge is actually done. Hard to tell. nice. Really nice. Hold that up. You know, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unfold this a minute. I'm going to lower it. Why? Because it gets rid of that corn. All that corn that I previously planted, harvested, that I just tipped, it's been, I'm sure it's been bugging everybody. I'm sure everybody's been sat there going, when are you going to pick that corn up? When are you going to pick it up? I'm not going to pick it up. There's not enough. Honestly, that pile was rather deceptive. There was only like a couple of 100 litres there. It seemed way more looking at that heap than was actually really there. So it wasn't worth me getting a conveyor belt or a bucket and trying to shovel it up at this point in time. It just wasn't worth it. So, hey, it's been removed. I could have done it with the paint tool as well. I also appreciate and admit I could have done it with the paint tool. However, that would have cost me money. Whereas doing it with the cultivator doesn't. So I'm going to, at this stage of the video, leave this guy seeding the soybeans. I'm just going to have a quick run over here and have a check on our nitrogen, which is bad. Okay, good. Nitrogen is bad. Nitrogen is bad. Nitrogen is bad. We will probably, in the next video then, when we come back for the next episode, we will be fertilising this field. I will not need to fertilise this field because this field is soybeans, which add nitrogen to the soil and don't consume it. So therefore, the nitrogen levels on this field should actually increase just by growing the soybeans and then eventually harvesting them. But that is what we can check in the next video. At this point in time, folks, I want to say to everybody, thank you for watching today's episode. Really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've liked and enjoyed this new approach with the face cam and the webcam. If you don't like it, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Like I say, go ahead, click the like button on the video, folks. Make sure you've given it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already doing so. Make sure as well you've got your notifications enabled. Again, the reason for banging on about the subscriber thing and subscribing to the channel is because, like I say, 77% of everyone watching these videos every day, every week, isn't subscribed. And I think to myself, why not? It's completely free to do so here on YouTube. It's not going to cost you anything, you know. I'm giving you lots of quality content to watch every week. In return, can you not just do one little thing for me and press the subscribe button? That's it. That's all I'm asking of you. I'm not asking any more of anyone. Anyway, folks, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Don't buy ice creams from ice cream vans travelling around the world during a lockdown. And I will see you all again very soon in the next episode. From me, CWATTY, it's goodbye and cheerio for now.